this split, and I can assure you that many of you at home are as well. It is going to be G2 versus CLOUD9. Awaiting in the finals is a giant. NRG, one of these two teams will have the opportunity to take the sword to them.
Yeah, and energy right now, critical mass. Whoever wins this match, they need to come out with the aggression, with the fire. We need to see them win with some conviction here right now.
Yes, and both these teams have had very different stories in the regional championships. As Gibbs did mention, G2 have never won a single series in the RLCS playoffs with this roster, while C9, well, they came in last season all as rookies and tore everyone apart, leading themselves through to a 4-1 victory against Ghost Gaming. So if we do want to see G2 go to this final, they need to go against history.
Yeah, I think they've been doing that all season long, to be quite frankly with you. G2, this has been a new G2 that we've seen. This has been one that has really just tried to find out what helps us win games. How do we get a lead? How do we convert every advantage we get into a win? And I think that this is a G2 that can take it to CLOUD9.
Well, this definitely does look like a new G2 squad. However, can they get themselves some new results as they're going to be taking on CLOUD9 for our final spot in the North American Regional Championships? Let's go for it. Game 1 is underway, and we're starting with a fake kickoff, and it might just work out as you see G2 scrambling to get over to the ball. Quinn, I'm going to come to you immediately here. What does the fake kickoff do for those people that have never seen it before?
The fake kickoff, it helps you gain control of ball possession. It brings the other team out of position. It's all a giant mind game, really in essence, to catch the other team off guard and make them reconsider all their decision making.
G2 now able to get the ball into the blue half for the very first time in this game. Kronovi goes hunting for Torment, won't be able to get there. Gimmick launches long, it's going to be up to Rizzo, gets the contact and keeps the ball close to the wall. That slows down the play for CLOUD9 as they circle around. JNAP's able to beat Torment. Gonna be all the way up. That's a shot from Rizzo, but an incredible save from Squishy. Not necessarily the shot was on target, but he held it up above the net. Didn't allow anyone from G2 to take a follow-up shot.
And already we see from the get-go, G2 with very aggressive rotations. We see them booming the ball into open positions on the field, and the T rotates immediately, trying to follow up on this play.
But here's the passing plays that we saw from CLOUD9 last season, which made them famous. Is there anyone back? It's only going to be Squishy. Has to win the challenge against JNAPS, and he does just enough to avoid the ball heading towards his net. Kronovi and Rizzo both up. It's going to be JNAPS versus Torment. Gimmick able to recover on the wall, takes the ball away. Squishy, launching long, gonna follow up himself. Rizzo puts the ball up high, he needs JNAPS to help him out. You can see the respect there from CLOUD9, immediately putting themselves back, awaiting the touch. Torment might have a chance. Rizzo, though, already in position to help out after the mistake. Both teams jostling for possession. Jostling for position as well, as we keep going from all or nothing defense on both sides.
Already an interesting thing I've seen twice now. Torment, he's lurking in the middle of the pitch, dead center. He recognizes this is that heat zone. This is where G2 dominates the map. And guess what? He's just planting himself right dead middle in the center, and it's forcing G2 to play around it.
Now Rizzo gets it over to Kronovi. It's going to be 2v1, and Kronovi will score the opening goal of the series.
And I mentioned they need to go around the center, but they did it with ease. Rizzo, he beats two defenders. We talked about CLOUD9 crowding that midfield, but when you put pressure one after the other like that, and you're able to deal with it with ease, G2 taking the lead.
Over half the game left to play. G2 looking solid. CLOUD9 looking to respond, and they are just about able to do so.
Oh, and my heart there was being a little heavy when I saw it come off both insides of the posts here. What an accurate shot, but that's just great cleanup there from Gimmick. Way to fire back fast, CLOUD9.
You don't get extra points for hitting the woodwork multiple times, but I do appreciate the pinball reference.
Sometimes I wish I lived in a world where I would get more points for the posts.
Gimmick can't quite take that ball down as Kronovi takes over. All tied up here. Torment. He's got Rizzo lurking around, waiting to see what he did. CLOUD9's got everyone back. Torment, infield, red immediately. the infield pass was something that just went from being so big to everyone recognizing that it was a problem that needs to be reacted to. Speaking of reacting, Rizzo managed to both avoid the demo attempt and get himself up for the ball within the same jump. But it's still Cloud9 with the offensive pressure. Gimmick, he could set up Torment, who is now up against JNAPS. Rizzo, he's now got time. Squishy already there. Cloud9 looking to convert, but Gimmick out of position.
Oh, and an uncharacteristic retreat here from Cloud9. They see G2 with no boost. Oh, and they let JNAPS through.
Just one mistake was all it took for JNAPS to get all the space he needed. Off the backboard, no follow-up from C9. And that is a lead for G2.
Talk about no man's land. We see Torment. He rotates immediately towards JNAPS, but there's just nowhere. He's just completely out of position.
Rizzo by himself. A second goal might very well finish this game for G2. It's Gimmick back over to Kronovi. Multiple players committed. This means Rizzo can just loiter around, wait for his opportunity to challenge. C9 not looking at their best towards the second half of this game. Torment with another launch as Rizzo and Kronovi trying to find one another. Able to get yet another clear. 60 seconds remaining. Rizzo tries to force the issue. G2 just constantly barraging this net with shots.
And they've just been doing a great job maintaining this offensive pressure. Look at their interference plays. You see Rizzo, they're recognizing almost every infield pass and reading it. Cloud9 has yet to adapt.
Oh, what a great pass off the post! Gimmick put it on a platter for Squishy, who just could not find the back of the net.
With 30 seconds left, though, they have been struggling to find those openings. This Cloud9, a clinical team, struggling to find the net.
Could that be the final chance that Cloud9 gets? Or can they force it one more time? Gimmick off the side, JNAPS with control, takes it past Torment, both him and Kronovi up together. JNAPS went to try and bump Squishy, but everyone from Cloud9 is now back on the line. 10 seconds remaining. Ball all the way out. JNAPS just keeps the pressure on. Cloud9 have got it all to do, and they can't let this ball hit the floor anymore. Unable to do it, and G2 takes game number 1.
Coming out with that fire that we said they needed to come out with. G2, what an impressive performance against a very strong Cloud9. We just see right away, they came out with a game plan to get in the middle of those passing lanes to disrupt Cloud9, and they did it with success.
One mistake was all it took to decide this very first game. Straight in the middle, just, I'm not too sure what quite happened. It was a little bit off camera, but either way, Cloud9, they were looking to hold the midfield, and as soon as a player wasn't available to do that, they got punished.
I can tell you exactly what happened. I saw it very clearly. We had Gimmick. He was rotating on the left side of the net, and Torment was covering the right side. There was nobody actually in the net, and Torment, he recognized being on the same side as the ball. He needs to move forward and pressure. Unfortunately, since Gimmick wasn't in the net, Torment can't see that. It's just both players rotating towards the ball with nobody defending that net, and they got punished so hard. You saw JNAPS. He went right over Torment, which is not something you can say every day.
Yes, and it is something that maybe G2 can use to their advantage as they take on Cloud9 is that reputation that they now have for almost always going for the passing play, where we actually saw it last weekend from Gale Force. They conditioned their opponents to always believe that the pass was coming, and then JNAPS just goes, I can take it by myself. I'm still an incredible individual player.
That's a wonderful point you bring up. We saw even earlier with the likes of NRG just being able to kind of bait players, to condition them, to make them think that you're going for that pass. And they know this G2 team, they've done their homework. They know that this passing game is all they've got. We saw more than ever G2 actually dominate the wall positions. It actually led to their first goal from Rizzo.
Oh, and C9 are in a terrible position to start this game. Kronovi doesn't even take him 10 seconds to find the back of the net. The kickoff went terribly. The cheat up from C9 just was in a bad position. If you have two players cheating up and the ball loses and it goes behind you, you can do nothing whilst Rizzo is in full control of the play.
Rizzo also got that bump on Squishy just to make matters worse. This is a full high-octane offense we are seeing from G2.
Kronovi has got Gimmick chasing him down. Gets it past one. There's going to be a whiff. It's going to be Squishy by himself, only momentarily though. Gimmick able to recover pretty well. G2 holding the midfield for the double tap, unable to get there. Kronovi past one, all the way up high. Squishy needs to get up there, but he gets bumped. And the follow-up, not quite there from G2. I don't think even they expected Kronovi to succeed as well as he did.
Kronovi also had no boost making that play. That was a very risky turnaround for him because he could have easily been left out of the play, but it looks like he had that right read.
Yet another launch. Over to JNAPS. Puts that straight down there for Torment. CLOUD9 just haven't really got a foothold in this match so far. Always look like they're playing reactionary to G2. But finally, able to hold someone in the midfield, but Torment can't control the ball well enough. The flick not quite working out. Squishy tries to find the back ball, but Rizzo already there. Wins the challenge. But now C9, this is the longest possession they've had in their opponent's side, and they will make it count.
And that is just a sensational shot here coming from Squishy. Torment with great pressure, and Kronovi, that touch is not good enough. He actually ends up just pushing it out to his teammate, and it is just not enough there.
In a series where it looked like they were struggling for pace, they went back into the playbook to what worked so well for them throughout the entirety of Season 4, the infield pass. And now we are back to one each. Rizzo with the shot, gimmick. Well read though. Predicts the line and immediately already there. Double commit, will leave Squishy by himself. And a whiff opens up opportunities for G2 to keep this play going. Outfield pass, JNAPS immediately blocked. Rizzo up again, off the backboard. There will be no follow-up from G2. Gives time from C9, but no one called that over to Squishy. This gives G2 once again a chance to turn around with boost now and keep this play going.
Yeah, there's a big lack of confidence coming out right now from CLOUD9, where we'd normally see them dribble the ball. They're opting to just leave it. Perhaps a little too much respect for G2 right now.
Another launch. CLOUD9. Keeping this ball out of their side. Kronovi just stealing the boost. JNAPS wants to play out, but way too far back. C9 need to find positions to take that one away. They just keep launching back into a midfield that has awaiting G2 players. Here's Torment. He's got Squishy as an option to pass to. Once again, just another launch. And every single time that happens, which you just saw on your screen, Kronovi stealing the boost, it makes life even more difficult for CLOUD9. Because they effectively can't have options. Once again, Rizzo taking it this time. I don't know how much C9 has got. We can see Squishy's got plenty, but Torment is on next to nothing. Squishy's got to do a lot of work here for his team.
Yeah, and his teammates are not making it easy for him. We see hard clears not opting to look for Squishy, the only player with boost on this CLOUD9 defense.
But this has been incredibly impressive from CLOUD9. They slowed the pace down as much as possible, didn't allow G2 to take advantage of the boost. And with that clear, C9 able to survive. We're going to reset now. Neutral game back in play. Torment has got options. A little bit too high, though, for Squishy to aim for. Now this time, Squishy, he can tap it straight back down. He's got its gimmick. Just trying to force the issue over in the corner. Squishy back over once again. Just want to see if they can force a double commit out from G2. Huge demo win, or challenge win there. Squishy plays the ball straight down, and Torment, he wanted some of that, but now it's JNAPS on the run by himself. Can't quite control the ball the second time around. Still tied up 1 goal apiece as we head into the final 40 seconds.
And this has just been a much quieter game overall from G2. We see CLOUD9 gotten their bearings and really slowing down their play to help prevent some of that fast-paced passing play.
That's incredibly smart as well from C9. Like the gimmick, I feel like that was a little bit too much boost there as he tried to find his way back onto the wall. G2 re-establishing themselves on the midway line. JNAPS taking a wide line, steals the boost yet again. 8 seconds remaining. Can they make something of that? Off the post! G2 will take the lead with 5 seconds left.
Absolutely stealing this offensive opportunity. Torment was actually in a great position, but he had the boost to make the save. It was just an uncharacteristic miss from him that lets G2 into the game.
CLOUD9 unable to react. And now they have to make this worthwhile. Passing long, Gimmick gets shut down from Kronovi, who will leave the ball. G2 are 2 games up.
Again, we see G2, they somehow sneak together or sneak out another win through. It felt like Cloud9 had figured out that G2 offense, but they changed one thing, that adaptation the last second, getting through Cloud9.
Well, we're going to take a look at it one more time. The deciding goal, 5 seconds remaining, and let's just take a look at the Cloud9 defense. Bounces all the way up, and the wrong flip. He just needed to go all the way out, keep boosting, use the double jump, and it wouldn't have happened. But once again, it's a Cloud9 mistake that leads to them losing the game.
And it's important to recognize that mistake. This is due to the immense amount of pressure that G2 has been mounting against Cloud9. We saw them boost-starving Cloud9, excuse me, just about all game long. Squishy Muffins, the only player with any boost. It was Torment time after time making 0 boost saves. And when they stopped looking as a team to utilize the team clears, to utilize Squishy's boost, that's when we began to see G2 really set in on offense.
So for your Cloud9 right now, we're seeing that they only got 1 shot all game. And I completely agree with you. I believe that this is down to the boost management, down to the boost steals. We've seen typically how Cloud9 likes to play. How does removing the boost affect them when we take a look at their play style?
I mean, this is one of the highest boost consumption teams in the league. This is a team that if you take away their boost, you are taking away essentially their livelihood. This is the resource that they need to make those incredible plays, to make those saves. And without it, they become grounded and limited.
I'm looking at this right now, and I feel like there are some tips that they can take away from Complexity. Launch a player forward for a challenge and then take a mid boost and use that as a target man. But they just seem so nervy right now that everyone needs to be back on the goal line.
Yeah, one of the most important things for Complexity that lets them be so successful is utilizing a lot of that target man. He buys so much space.
Oh, Kronovi gonna be up. He's gonna against Squishy. Crucial touch there. But G2 resuming where they were in game number 2. Holding the possession. Gimmick launching long. This is very good now from C9. Opportunities. But it's going to be the transition. Negative angle almost found. It's now Squishy up against Rizzo. First touch just a tiny bit too heavy. C9 trying to find a goal. His launch clears. Never necessarily a great idea as it's going to bounce off the backboard. And now Rizzo, 1v1, is going to take it in.
He's a god. Rizzo is a god. Look how fast he's rotating on offense. He was already 3 steps ahead of this Cloud9 team. They stood no chance.
Just a launched clear to an awaiting middleman. This was the advice that we gave to Cloud9. G2 taking it for themselves and utilizing it for that 1-goal lead once again early in the game. Gimmick tries to find Squishy, but Rizzo twisting and twirling as he takes that ball away. Gimmick, he's taken 2 players out here. This is up to Torment to make something. It's across the face of the goal, and it's up too high. C9 have to convert chances like that.
Squishy Muffins has had so few shots. We talk about 1 shot the entire previous game and a clear-cut opportunity across the net. That pressure is affecting Squishy. You can tell it.
Kronovi up high. C9 determined to make this offense yield results. G2 have got everybody back now in that final third. Off the backboard, JNAPS looking to beat Gimmick. There's an opportunity, but Kronovi already out. C9 unable to set up their rotation for a long siege. Now Torment looking for the backboard. Rizzo can't get up there in time. Back down, he's been caught off, but Rizzo holding himself back there. Yet another save coming out from JNAPS this time. And the infield pass, almost out of muscle memory, will lead to nothing for Cloud9. But they're getting chances. They can claw this back if they keep this pressure going. Here's the shot from Gimmick, off the post and in.
Oh, and that just was incredible defense from G2. But with what a pass that is from Squishy, just dropping down over the net. Gimmick here, committing as that 3rd man. He spots the 1 spot. The goal is undefended behind the defender. What a play from Cloud9. They really took every risk possible for that one.
And if we, oh, it's going to be another fake kickoff. Not going to get too much out of that, but as we are going to praise G2 as we have been this series, we also need to criticize them. Kronovi needed a better touch. He basically put that on a plate for Cloud9. Squishy looking to keep this momentum going. JNAPS off the wall, launches it. It's off the backboard. G2 wants to re-establish that lead. We've seen how well they can do from this position. Kronovi leaving it. It's going to be just over to the side. This is a lot of players committing here from G2. Not wanting to take too much. That's going to be a miss from Kronovi, but it doesn't matter. Off the ball and in.
I was just about to say, we do see them committing a lot of players, but they haven't utilized that much boost here. But this pass from JNAPS and the whip, it looks like Squishy just not expecting that whip to happen. He thought he was totally out of the play.
100 seconds, and G2, stop me if you heard this one, are now 2 goals to 1 up. Cloud9 looking to find a way back in. Now Kronovi off the backboard. C9 can try and take this ball. Ball is behind Gimmick, who will leave that play. And these long clears from G2, every single time Cloud9 attempts to set themselves up on the halfway line. Just finding a slight gap. Squishy tries to take it the entire way. But this is C9's opportunity. Double commit. They've got a couple of seconds to convert this, but everyone's leaving it. G2 will have the rotation back in place. Squishy, low boost. Attempted the wave dash to keep his pace going. The demos, the boost steals, everything trying to be utilized for C9 to find a way of equaling the score, but thus far unable to find the back of the net.
With how fast G2 are rotating, it's just been a struggle.
Oh, this could go the whole way, and Kronovi takes the net.
And this is just wonderful punch of an overcommit here from Cloud9. They really put it all on the line for this. You see Torment going up, and Squishy just chasing that ball. It's not enough.
It happened in the last game. It's happening this game. Just holding one player at the midfield the moment you have a lead and waiting for the overcommit from your opponents. G2 utilizing it to perfection thus far. And C9 with 30 seconds have got to find themselves 2 goals from somewhere. Kronovi leaves. JNAPS off the backboard. Going to keep this board as high as possible to waste as much time as they can from this board. Back into the middle. Torment wants to find, but nobody's following. Finally there. Rizzo trusts that his own shooting wasn't going to be good enough, so he puts it just high above his own net. With timeout, G2 eSports are 1 game away from their first ever regional finals.
Coming in and about to do it with a 4-game sweep. This is wake-up time right now for Cloud9. They need to get it together. We have seen them dominated on boost control, ball possession, absolutely every factor, even avoiding demos. From the counter-attack, it is just, the list goes on and on right now for the ways that G2 are outplaying Cloud9, and Cloud9 need to take a step back right now.
We were questioning coming into this week whether or not losing the last 3 series of the season affected Cloud9. It looked good up against Ghost. But suddenly, as we transfer into this higher profile matches, the questions return. Are C9 at that level still?
C9, right now, I don't think they're playing that way. We see some really good things. They're hanging in with G2, but offensively, they haven't yet found any opportunities outside of Kronovi giving away the ball. It's happened twice now. He's just softly touched the ball to the other team. Other than that, I think there's maybe been 1 goal that Cloud9 have scored the entire series from open play.
Yes, and that was that infield passing play that we did see in game number 2. That did tie them up, but I agree with you. I want to see more plays like that. It just seems like every time they play the ball, they are playing the ball forward. There's no lateral movement. There's no attempts to use the width. And that is something that Cloud9 is just generally very good at utilizing, but it's a little bit panicked right now. It's too much attempts to control the possession, not enough attempts to control the field.
How often do we see Cloud9 just control the ball, control the boost, and choke teams out? Right now, this is not the Cloud9 that we're seeing at all. This is a worried Cloud9.
It's going to be an attempted pass in field. This is a must-win now for Cloud9. Any more victories for G2 sends them to the regional finals. JNAPS, long launch, looks for the flip reset, but he's always going to be a little bit too far away from that ball. Now Torment up on the wall. G2 was very far forward. But able to utilize team play. JNAPS wants to follow, but Torment already on that backboard, awaiting the ball to come towards him. This is what I mean here, Quinn. We already know that G2 is holding the midfield incredibly well, so why launch the ball back towards them over and over again? And that's going to be an unfortunate save from JNAPS. Just kept falling and eventually fell into his teammate's shot.
I'm in total agreement with you. The constant booming the ball forward and not finding space is really hurting Cloud9. It's making them one-dimensional, and I think they're not utilizing the team clear nearly enough, especially when you consider how important and just how much that boost control has been out of their hand.
Torment launches long yet again. Rizzo will be there first. Up high, JNAPS gonna look once again for the double tap. He's got it set up. Kronovi should be the player to come forward, takes the shot and puts it under the keeper.
And this has just got to be the most difficult thing ever to read here from a defender. Look, you see JNAPS, he gets a very difficult pass there from Rizzo, and Kronovi comes out of nowhere. Squishy, that's just so difficult to read, and guessing wrong, going a little too high there.
I believe Squishy saw JNAPS working his way towards him and thought maybe the bump attempt was happening. So attempted the pre-jump. Either way, G2 in a very good spot to take this fourth victory.
We haven't seen Cloud9 come from behind yet and really make any kind of impact.
Squishy misses the ball. Cloud9 haven't really got any options. Attempts to utilize the wall. Now a deft touch there from Squishy. Opens up some space. This is a very good transition. Gimmick just gets shut down.
JNAPS did a really good job there, jumping over the ball. He recognized the dribble opportunity and shut it out as quickly as possible.
Launching long, Kronovi. Solid touch, opens up room for JNAPS, who gets clattered out of the play in midair. G2 are happy to hold players forward, and that is the reason why. That is the 2-goal lead. That could be all it takes to reach the finals.
Any player who says Kronovi does not have an impact in this game, rethink that. Look at this bump play. He recognizes Squishy is the only defender who's able to prevent this backboard play from happening, and he jumps right on top of him.
2:45 remaining, 2 goals to the advantage. G2 dominating this semi-final. The ball played over into the corner. Squishy needs options, but JNAPS is just staring a hole through him and saying, I dare you to take that ball. Squishy can't do anything about it.
And it makes you wonder if there's a little mind game. Squishy became so well known for that same BM.
Now under the control. Gimmick finds himself a little bit too close, can't quite shadow the ball enough. JNAPS over to Kronovi, slightly too heavy. Looking for the backboard. There's going to be a double miss there from Cloud9, and that's turned into his own net by Torment.
Not quite sure exactly what happened here. We see both of these Cloud9 members coming out from the goal, just going up off of the ramp in their own net, and Torment left stranded. I think he was a little shocked at his own teammates there.
Gimmick with another long launch. Mission impossible currently on for Cloud9. Could be about to get even worse off the backboard. Torment just gets there. Rizzo with the pre-jump still gets contact.
The saves right now for Cloud9 getting more and more shaky. You can see the double commit.
JNAPS all the way out. Another long launch. Can Torment get there? He's had to use an awful lot of boost to do so. And there's going to be no follow-up from Cloud9. That leaves one player back, Gimmick, launching the ball over to the side. Just a lack of cohesion in this series from Cloud9. Squishy, went straight back over. Kronovi hasn't really got any options with him, so he attempts to put the ball off the backboard. Torment takes the long route over to that ball. Now Kronovi just continuing to force this into the final third. It's Cloud9 trying to find one goal and hope that that singular goal opens up the floodgates. Will that be it? That's a 2-goal deficit now. C9 better hope that this opens the floodgates.
Yeah, better hope is right. This is such an important goal for Cloud9, giving them hope and telling themselves that they can do this, but they don't have much time, Shogun. 52 seconds. They need to find another opening.
Straight from the kickoff. It's going to be Torment winning, but nobody on the cheats up. For C9 means that they can't take advantage of that. Kronovi, block shot from him, trickles its way towards the net, but not quite fast enough. C9, with their final few gasps in this game, attempting to find another goal. It's going to be Gimmick. Can't quite get there. The launch, everyone from C9 already forward. Off the backboard, JNAPS just keeping the ball up high. 23 seconds now. Gimmick can't get there.
There's just not enough time, Shogun. They need to go. They're just giving up their hopes of a regional championship.
Squishy just staring down at JNAPS once again, who is not even touching the ball. He's on low boost and managed to force Squishy to go the long route. And that could very well do it. Launched long from Kronovi, and as we head towards these final seconds, in Season 3, they went out in 6th place. In Season 4, they went out in the semi-finals, but this season, G2 is heading to the finals.